It was so loud, and it reverberated the ground.
I looked around trying to figure out what was going on. It was almost like there was something invisible in front of me making these noises that I couldn't see.
Hurry, kids. Don't trip.
We were scared and we didn't know what that was, couldn't figure it out, couldn't see anything, but it felt very close. I almost felt like I could reach out and touch it, it was so close.
Come on, David.
Coming.
I'm very, very careful when we go into the woods. I'm very protective of my family. So after that initial incident, I was kind of uptight.
Go play in the cabin, kids. You sure we shouldn't do this another weekend?
What? No way, David.
I wanted to go home. I said to Laura, I think we should leave. She didn't want to.
Look, it was probably a deer or something.
I really don't think that was a deer. Something's out there.
We had just gotten there. It would have just felt like such an incredible waste to have left.
Let's just relax, okay?
I grew up in the woods, whereas David didn't. So sometimes he can get a little more spooked than I do.
Let's go for a walk up above the camp. We can go to that clearing where the oil drum is.
I was very uneasy from that point on, and I would have left if Laura wouldn't have suggested otherwise.
There's some nice clear walking trails, and I felt like it made David feel a little more secure instead of being in the thick wooded area where you can't see, 2 feet in front of you.
Not too far ahead, kids.
We kind of shook it off, and we talked about it, trying to figure out, was it a deer? Was it a moose? When you go in the woods, we get what we call our forest ears on, and you're hearing every little thing. So you become very in tune with your environment.
Probably about half a kilometer to a kilometer up into the pine stand, there's a big oil drum. So we looked around and, telling the kids, oh, I used to come here when I was a kid and climb this tree. We used to go to this oil drum and bang on it as kids.
Quiet now, kids.
This used to be my special playground when I was a kid. I'd come here and climb trees and send messages to the woods by banging on this oil drum. Ah, even louder. Yeah, just like that. Why don't you go find some blueberries for lunch? Yay!
We decided to come back to the camp to have our lunch.
Well, we'll see if we can find more on the way down. Okay.
We started unpacking and getting our lunch ready, get some snacks for the kids and that sort of thing. And then that's when we heard it again.
That humph noise again, and it was really deep and loud.
We heard that same grunting sound a few times, and then that thump, a deep rumble in the ground. Got pretty uneasy, and it carried on.
What's going on? Kids, get back inside!
It was so loud, and it reverberated the ground, and it went up into my feet, into my chest, and I could feel my chest vibrating.
It was something like that, but it was beyond my capability of my vocal cords. It was very deep. It was resonating.
Stay in the house, kids!
We were all together, and we all had the same reaction at the same time. It was very obvious. It was very clear, and it was right there. So it all caught us all off guard. We all just froze and looked around, trying to figure out what was going on. I jumped straight in the air and stomped my feet down just to try to replicate it, to stomp down as hard as I could, and nothing even remotely close to what we felt. It was very deep. It was resonating. You could feel it in your chest and in your bones when it happened.
And I think that's what made it a lot more real and made it that much more terrifying, was because you could feel it. I couldn't understand what was happening. I continuously kept trying to rationalize what it could be.
It felt like it was about 20 feet away, maybe. It was almost like there was something invisible in front of me making these noises that I couldn't see.
Ah! Kids, get out of here! We're gonna leave right now! It's okay. Get out! Get in the car! It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Hurry, David. Hurry, David! Come on! I forgot the backpack.
What's going on, Mom? What's going on?
Hi, kids.
I remember Malik even putting down the window and me like, oh, put the window back up.
Put that window back up right now!
And that's when we heard the bang on the washer.
And it was like a ding, 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 like someone was hitting it with something. We couldn't figure that out. After this series of events that had just happened, hearing that just really set our nerves off.